is the Holocaust? Holocaust literally means, in Hebrew, death by fire. And the Jewish people named it this because Hitler would often, places like Auschwitz. Auschwitz is a concentration camp, very famous one, where they would cremate the bodies of the dead people that were gassed in the gas chambers, the majority of them being Jewish people. And so they named it the Holocaust, death by fire, and it's pretty appropriate. The Holocaust was genocide. Genocide is the mass planned killing of a group of people. You may want to write that down. Genocide is the mass planned killing of a group of people. Holocaust was the genocide that happened in Germany by the Nazis during World War II. So I'm going to place the date here. It kind of gets cranked off. Some people debate this. I'm going to go all the way back to 1939, which was the beginning of World War II, and go all the way to 1945. There were some killings that happened before then, but it really got cranked up in 1939 after the war starts. And later, toward the end of the war, 1944, 1945, a lot of people are killed in Germany by the Nazis. Okay, so that's what the Holocaust is. Who's responsible? Hitler and the Nazi Party. Remember, it's a political party. It's not all people from Germany are Nazis. Okay, just like not all people from America are Democrats or Republicans. So what's the Holocaust? It's the mass planned killing of anybody that Hitler didn't like, mainly Jewish people, during World War II, which is these dates here. And who is responsible? The Nazi Party and Hitler. Alright, that moves us to the next thing. What is the Cold War? Well, soon after the end of World War II, I want to say 1948, the Soviet Union begins to disagree with the United States about how the world should be reshaped. The United States says, hey, we set all these people in Europe free from the Nazis and we should get out and leave them and let them have their own countries. And the Soviet Union said, no way, man. We beat the Nazis and now this is part of our territory. And so we have the creation of East and West. Everything on the eastern side of the Berlin Wall is called the East, and it is the same thing as saying it's communist, and it's kind of ruled over by the Soviet Union. And everything on the west side of the Berlin Wall, which was built right down the middle of the city of Berlin, everything on the western side of that Iron Curtain, as Sir Winston Churchill called it, would have been democracy and free market economics, and what the United States saw the world as being. The Cold War lasts all the way until 1989. Whoa, long war, right? Yes, a long war, and the Berlin Wall finally falls in 1989. And that lets the world know that the Soviet Union is on the brink of collapse. It's about to collapse. It doesn't happen until 1991, 1992. But the Berlin Wall falls in 1989, and that marks the beginning of the end of the Soviet Union. And since our enemy was the Soviet Union and communism in the Soviet Union, when the Soviet Union disappeared and went back to being Russia, we didn't have anybody to fight anymore about this thing. All that was left are countries that the Soviet Union used to control, like Cuba, China. And I say they used to control, they influenced these places. North Korea. Well, you know what? Don't write that down. We'll wait till the 7th grade to get into all that stuff. But yes, certainly the Korean War was part of the Cold War. The Vietnam War was part of the Cold War. We never actually fought the Soviets, but we were fighting against the spread of communism. And we just did not want communism to spread any further, and we were willing to go to war to prove it. And that idea Stopping the spread of communism is a big deal for the Cold War. It's called containment. So containment says the United States will do everything in its power to stop the spread of communism. Thank you.